Strategy 17. Mark your results. Most pilgrims have a credential. It is your pilgrim's passport. For the Via Francigena, I ordered my copy through the website vifrancigene.org. But you can also get it in some pilgrim offices or, for example, in Canterbury Cathedral. My fellow pilgrim John got his one there, and I must say it was a much more beautiful document than the one I got. But I had a credential, and the fun and interesting thing is that every time you come into a town, a cathedral, a town hall, even in some bars, they have their own stamps. You often have to ask for it, and you have to hope that town halls or churches are actually open, but their stamp marks that you've been there. I remember the stamp that I received at the crossing of the River Po. The ferryman transported pilgrims once a day from one bank of the Po to the other. After the river crossing, he walked us up to his house and vividly talked about the British Archbishop Sigeric, who also crossed the River Po here in the year 1990. We could feel the history in his words. He took out a huge book in which he registers all pilgrims. I was pilgrim number 260 of 2021. The next part of the ritual was the stamp in our credential. He used red ink, and the handle of the stamp looked like it was made of the leg of a table. When I look at that stamp now, I know exactly where I was, with whom, what the weather was like, and I can even feel the wind in my hair on the speedboat ferry on the river. Every evening I wrote a little summary of the day in my red notebook, on how many kilometers I walked, special events on the day, or people I met. I knew I would forget elements and events if I didn't write them down. When I ask CX managers or fellow leaders about their milestones or whether they mark their results, they often remain silent. Sometimes Outlook helps because they might have had a moment of success in a meeting, but I only know few that keep a diary, and I only know of one company that has something like a credential. During our masterclass, the customer experience manager of DHL took part, and when the chapter on growing a customer-centric culture was on, she couldn't wait to share her company's passport. When you start working at DHL, you get a DHL passport. Not a cheap version, no, a really fancy leather one. And every time you have achieved something remarkable or have completed a course, you're getting a sticker, often signed by the leader who has handed it out. Isn't that a fabulous way of marking these results? How can you be sure to mark your results? You can keep a diary or make it easy for yourself. Write a result in your calendar and use a color and certain wording so you can track it, or broaden the perspective and learn from the idea from DHL. Mark the results from others in the transformation journey you are embarked on. It will make that feeling of community and working together grow. My credential has grown into a relic. I sometimes pick it up and relive the moment when I received the stamps. Sweet memory that results in big smiles. Make sure you mark your memories too.